We are jumping into the action here, and I love the close TC. And well, now we speed up, and everything should be fine from here on. Let's go into the action. Takes the board with the scout, only one hit needed, and you say,
Yeah, I'm surprised he's using the scout HP. Oh, not surprised. But when the board is close, usually I tend to use the villager and just scout instead. So it doesn't make that much of a difference anyway. So look at the maps. LaaaN is a little bit unfortunate with his towers. His tower placement is actually super unfortunate. All the towers are towards the back, where he doesn't really need to protect anything. But I guess he has multiple options to hide his king, so that's awesome.
yeah.
Wood is fine, stone is okay, a little bit more exposed. Honestly, I would prefer the previous map he had, even with the trapped stone.
Okay. Maybe it was also the hill positioning of DauT. Maybe the strategy of LaaaN is simply to, well, do a castle, an early impush with the Rattans and maybe bombard cannons or something.
Could be something like that, yeah. I must say DauT's map is looking fantastic here. He has a really good setup, like woodlands are close and nice, multiple choices. Gold is super nice in the back as well. Stone a little bit exposed, but it's next to the castle, so it's not really an issue. I also like the small hills DauT has in front of his base. Those are such perfect positions to place a castle, especially the one in front of his stone on the left side here. Further left. Further up and further left. There we go. That's the hill, nearly.
Bam, bam,
yes.
bam.
That's a perfect hill for
I was looking at the stone and the hill, and you're telling me it's the wrong hill and stone.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
So yeah, that hill is where DauT's gonna have a... I predict 2 castles on this hill, or at least 1, and the game going on from there. Yeah, besides that, they both still have perfectly fine maps, no trapped resources as far as I can see. Relics, quite in favor of DauT, I must say. They're really far from LaaaN, actually.
Yep, yep.
So I would say it's looking good relic-wise for DauT. But then again, DauT has had good-looking relics before and done the most greedy possible approach and not got a single relic after all.
Feels Lithuanians, man.
Feels Lithuanians.
Okay, so DauT. That also, like, what I want to say about those relics. If you scout, it's easily those are easily overlooked. They're so close to the edge of the map. Even if you go back, like, we might actually see a scenario where both of those relics are not picked off even.
It's a chance, but as the game progresses, I'm sure they will have scouted plenty. But again, I'm not sure if relics will even come into effect here at all, because I feel like this game should end quite early in Imp, in theory. But if LaaaN can hold on the early pressure from DauT, which I'm expecting, then it could transition to a long game, so maybe relics will be more important than I'm anticipating here.
Well, LaaaN with a small change-up. Last game he went up pop 23 plus 2. This one is pop 22. So, as you said in the last game, it was exactly the same timing there. Now
Are
he's
you
a bit
sure?
faster.
It wasn't. I think LaaaN went 22. I think DauT is the one who's going up 1 more.
Yeah, he's going pop 24. LaaaN is going pop 23. That's why they have the same timing. And now he's going pop 22.
But I thought LaaaN went 22 and DauT went 23.
Okay, okay.
That's what I thought was the difference.
So someone did something different.
That we can agree on.
Okay, so 5 on wood, 5 on berries here, 3 on gold, nothing too special. And yeah, this will be the long calm before hopefully the long storm. 4 on gold for LaaaN here, and well, we are not expecting... like how he built his market and stable market and blacksmith earlier, I think walls like those could have been pretty similar.
Yeah, it could have, but at the same time, I think he has way more of a... Ooh, actually, you know, on the left side, he did delete wall. He's actually open in theory.
Blacksmith would have felt so right here.
Yeah, I agree, but then again, it's like a long walking distance. You don't really want to idle your villagers if you have to, unless you have to. So I would not have gone out for those walls either. I would have made it inside my base and kept my economy more efficient. The last build is pretty good though, and good uptime, but this seems like an uptime where you want to boom. I don't think he wants to do military, because he's already stretching his economy so thin with this type of build order with civilization without economy bonuses. So this should be a pure boom from LaaaN, and honestly, again, I think mine's economy is just so much better that I don't really know if this is gonna be that great. Eagle and Scout are fighting in the middle of the map now. The Scout, for some reason, is losing. I'm not sure how this is happening. I guess he was luring the boar.
Exactly.
And DauT has been healing his Eagle in the town center, so that makes a lot of sense. Economy upgrades coming in from LaaaN as well. DauT doing Horse Collar before wood upgrade here, or did he already do wood upgrade?
DauT, I'm assuming he did wood upgrade. Yeah, it would be so weird.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if he goes for the second wood upgrade in Castle Age or the first one. Sometimes it gets really scary if you have like in your back, okay, I don't have botkin, I don't have botkin, I don't have botkin. Okay, now it's time to go bot. Oh,
Yeah.
double bidex.
Something else to point out here is if DauT manages to get map control towards the right side of LAAN's base, LaaaN has all three of his golds in this very same position. So if DauT can control this area with plumes, with maybe an early castle and pressure, then gold might become a huge issue for LaaaN. Although we must point out again that Vietnamese do have access to the best skirmishes in the game, the Imperial skirmisher, maybe together with Atlantic skirmishers from Aztecs. And those skirms are actually really good at trading with... Ooh.
LaaaN won the fight.
LaaaN won the fight.
Good
Those Imperial skirms trade really well against Plume Dodger in particular.
Yeah, that's absolutely a unit that we are most likely going to see. And did we collect any stone? No, we did not. So LaaaN at the moment adding 1 TC, only 50 in the bank. That's never a boom. That's a play with a monastery as well. Let's maybe take a quick look how many relics he scouted. He did see 4.
Yeah, and he's producing Rattan archers. I'm a little bit surprised about his approach.
He's going for one without fletching.
Yeah, the reason... Yeah, he only made 1 so far. I guess he needs the gold for a monk coming up. Yeah, this is very confusing to me. Again, if he's committing to more Rattan archers, I think... Actually, I think he just wants presence on the map. He sent a scout to heal and he's sending 1 Rattan archers to look around, I think. But still, 1 Rattan archer, if you run into a monk, you're gonna get converted.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a weird decision.
But is he expecting the main player to instantly go for...
Oh look, the plume doing 1 damage per shot.
That's so ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just eats quite some shots.
Oh, DauT micro!
2v1. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, LaaaN going for the 1 TC approach with a monastery. His eco isn't looking too sharp right now, I must say. And this is the issue with Vietnamese. Your economy is just lacking compared to other civilizations. So, yeah, I'm pretty DauT with the 2 TC as well, but DauT is ready to drop the 3rd TC way faster than LaaaN.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I really wonder if LaaaN... I think LaaaN was taking stone first game, no? Look now, he's sending 3 villas to stones. I imagine this could be a complete... Like he just simply forgot.
Would be weird, yeah, but I think he went for the stone there before. What do you think about DauT's TC placement here?
I would probably place it on the upper side. Like, so the wood line is to the bottom right of my town center. The first town center. Oh,
Yeah.
you were talking about the second town
The
center.
second
Okay,
one,
great stuff. I think it's fine. It's just to get economy going and the wood income, really. But it's not... And it doesn't really have much of an effect.
Okay.
DauT is on the right side now. Again, he's circling around the area where LaaaN has all the gold. And I'm pretty sure DauT has made a mental note that all the gold is in the same spot. So that could be an area where we see DauT focus on heavily as the game goes on.
Yeah, he did scout the main spot indeed, and he also knows that one of the neutral ones are there, so that feels like a very natural way to attack. And also, he knows about the 2 relics, so fighting is going to happen here at the right-hand side.
Yeah, there is a monk moving out from the right side from... I would like to watch LaaaN's point of view right now. We can jump in there to see how he's dealing with this. There are plumes on the right side, he also has a monk there, so LaaaN has to make a clever decision now on how to maneuver this, because he needs to make sure DauT cannot spot the monk, and right now he's doing a perfect job of that. DauT is using the hill though, and wonder if DauT did bot Canero here. No, he did not. So the monk is now moving into the point of view of what he's bringing. Oh, he wants to use the monk in the fight. Very clever actually by LaaaN. Very good decision here. DauT will have to pull back here, or maybe go for the monk even. He might even justify just diving in there for the monk, but DauT is bringing reinforcements here. We can watch DauT on his side of things bringing in 5 more plumes, and he knows now that the monk is there. He knows the relic is there, so. Very good move by DauT here. Sniping the monk first and taking full control of this situation. Very well played by DauT.
Indeed, that was pretty sweet. Now chasing down the remaining Rattan archers here. LaaaN did kind of try to hide the monk, did click it to the edge of the map, but then realized, okay, I need it in the fight, but DauT's numbers were just there. The production was absolutely on point. He didn't have an idle castle at all, and, well, LaaaN built 1-2 plumes and then stopped after that.
Rattan Archer is also a fast mobile unit, similar to the plume, but the plumes are still slightly faster, so DauT, again, he can pretty much control when he wants to fight, where he wants to fight, and he can always pull back the weaker Plume Dodgers until he finds the need to, like, until there's ballistics in play for LaaaN, then DauT can always dictate the fights 100%. And we can see our economy as well. DauT is a couple of villages ahead. LaaaN is just now adding his third town center. And yeah, I'm surprised that LaaaN is committing on the Rattan Archers. LaaaN did bring in a Relic right now, as we see the Plumes and the Rattan Archers clash once more.
Yeah, but, well, not really clashing. Going back here for a small moment. More monks on the way, and...
One tick off.
Oh,
I'm surprised,
nice.
considering the amounts of units they're making, that there is no bot canal yet.
That's actually true, yeah. Oh, Monk Snipe behind this, and now 5 Plumed Archers. DauT is trying to micro away with that army. LaaaN is debating a bit as well, but DauT simply with the better numbers here, 15 to 10 military at the moment.
Does have better numbers, but LaaaN is also getting in enough kills, so he's actually trading fairly okay. Of course, the thing is here though, Plume numbers can snowball out of control as well. Again, the mine economy, Plume Dodgers are fairly cheap as well, although they're more expensive than they used to be. But with this amount of Plume Archers, and actually great micro build on here, he's really making the most out of these Rattan Archers.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really well micro by LaaaN. Super well. Like, that's really, really spot on micro by LaaaN. He was supposed to lose all those Rattan Archers, yet instead he suddenly has... He killed 3 without losing a single one there at the end.
Yeah, short move to the side. DauT missed with all his shots, and as you can see with the dead bodies, like endless amount of blue.
Yeah, you can see a trail following those.
Yeah. The trail of DauT micro, like shoot, die, shoot, die, shoot, die, shoot, die, shoot, die, shoot, die.
But yeah, like the issue I pointed out earlier is that, look, if you look at the village count right now, there's 10 in favor of DauT. Plume Dodger are also easy to produce and keep going. LaaaN has picked up 1 Relic though, so good job to LaaaN. DauT just got 1 himself. So LaaaN is definitely putting up a good fight. Again, good micro there as well. And I'm actually, again, real surprised that he did go for the Rattan Archers. He has Bodkin Arrow as well now, so maybe now is the time for him to actually take very favorable trades. This is the thing though, he's gonna fall behind in economy.
Well, let's see. How much is his defense upgrade doing? Oh, against 2 monks. Oh, gets in a very quick conversion here. And some hits behind this. Military count still not looking too great. And obviously his reinforcement is weaker as well. And he will get cleared up here.
Yeah, really good. DauT's micro now was good. Again, there's armor coming in from LaaaN as well. I guess with armor as well and ballistics on the way. DauT is also doing ballistic, but that's even before Bodkin Arrow himself. It's a quite strange order of doing things. Usually would always get the maximum damage output and range before you go for the ballistics. Yeah, I mean, LaaaN has 5 pierce armor now. DauT still only has 6 damage output with fletching, so he still does only 1 damage per shot. Plus 2 is coming in from DauT now as well, so he will start doing 2 damage a shot himself. But still, DauT doesn't have any armor upgrades. He only has 1 pierced armor, so the Rattan Archers do actually do 7 damage per shot. So you'd imagine in theory now that the Rattan Archers should dominate, even in less numbers.
Yeah, I think so as well. The problem is, well, DauT, he can just dictate the fights, right? He can decide, okay, I don't want to take it, I'm just running away, and if he feels like, okay, he has the better numbers, he will
DauT
just get
Monk bringing in a Relic, but he's about to run into the Rattan Archers. LaaaN did spot it and did catch the Relic. DauT did go all the way down to grab the Relic LaaaN was trying to take earlier, so he wants to bring that up as well. He's actually choosing an interesting path there, because I think LaaaN is expecting this Relic now. He's noted this Relic has gone off, so DauT is actually moving closer to LaaaN's base in order to avoid LaaaN.
Hashtag mind games. That's a bit like Pippin and Merry.
I was about to say that. Oh. I didn't want to be too much nerdy here with all the rings, but yeah, exactly. I wanted to say that as well.
Well, that's not really strange to me, but, well, you are really smart.
Makes sense. There's a big fight going on now. Rattan Archers, they're trading fairly equal here, but I must say the Rattan Archers are definitely trading better at the moment. Even with the hill here, I think the Rattan Archers simply do too well. Great move by DauT here, really, really important for this point of the game. Mangonel coming out. This is really what DauT needs. Without the Mangonel, he would have taken way, way worse trades here.
Yeah, and Rattan Archers obviously a bit trickier to micro than Plumed Archers. Shot uphill, still connects quite nicely. And Plumed Archers, they're still doing the job. And, well, LaaaN has the better KD, but it should have been even better if we think about the units we see on the field.
Indeed, and DauT did bring the Relic. Now, actually, there's still 1 Relic next to DauT's Monk here that LaaaN has a Monk nearby as well. He might be able to snag that. And here we go, the first cast from DauT coming up as well on the hill. There is some Plumed Archer coming down on the Relic as well, so if LaaaN gets that Relic, that's a huge misplay from DauT and a huge moment in the game. that relic should never have been LaaaAN's. And doesn't look... DauT is busy now microing the Plumes against the Rattan Archers, and so seems LaaaAN, so he's not really bringing the relic in yet.
Oh, will we see a unit coming over to kill Plumes Archers? So
Ooh.
close yet so far, but LaaaAN is running away, and then it's tricky to really catch him. Right hand side, another TC by DauT in between the wood lines here. And as we said, oh, that's something I learned from DauT. That's I'm not starting a lot of sentences like those. After you click up to him, force TC with Mayans.
On wood for siege ramps. That's the main theory behind it. There is a Plume Rattan Archer there though, so it's gonna be annoying with that. It's only one though, so might not get more than 1 or 2 kills. 3 Plumes coming from DauT to clean it up, but again, LaaaAN did manage to sneak away with that 3rd relic, and that's actually a huge moment in the game. Both of them on the way to Imperial Age. DauT is about 20% ahead. But yeah, it seems like LaaaAN's strategy here is to stick with Rattan Archers, and so far they have been doing an okay job. He is behind in economy. But LaaaAN is... what is LaaaAN doing with his relic? It's like...
He did click it to the edge of the map earlier as well,
Yeah,
the fight.
but that's just super weird. Like, I think he could have just... Like, he made his own castle on the hill. He could have just ran to his castle. Okay, now he's coming back. That's just a super odd movement of the monk there.
Maybe just shift clicking.
Yeah, it could be.
So, what do we complement our units with? Only Rattan Archers, only Plumed Archers? Unlikely to be the unit choice for
I'm
both.
pretty sure LaaaAN will mix in bomber cannons. Which is the natural thing here for... The main thing to point out now is that the map control for DauT is better. He does have Magnus out earlier, he does have mobility, and LaaaAN's 2 stones are exposed. If LaaaAN is planning to stick with Rattan Archers, he needs that stone for the castles, and as long as DauT can keep putting pressure on those, more castles for LaaaAN is very unlikely.
He is too short of buying 100 more stone to build the 3rd castle and maybe secure himself in that area, but DauT lets go of that center area so LaaaAN can actually go back. But no, he sends all villagers back on wood. Didn't think that DauT would let go that easily.
Yeah, chemistry coming in from both players. I imagine the reason chemistry is focused on here for LaaaAN is because of bomber cannons. I would honestly, I think LaaaAN needs to add the Imperial skirmishes here himself. He cannot just stick with Rattan Archers like this because he doesn't simply have the castles to produce. DauT is making a 3rd castle now in the middle of the map, controlling the gold and the stone there, so great moves for DauT. Maybe he could justify going for the hill where his Plumes are now with the castle. I'm not sure how comfortable he's feeling, but obviously he's looking at the score, he knows his mind, he knows he has a better economy. He should feel very confident from that. DauT is actually on the top side of the map looking for a relic with a monk, so he's not really sure where all the relics are yet.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't have the vision till the edge of the map there, and yeah, indeed, he might not even have seen this relic here. That's what I told you earlier.
Yeah.
It is sometimes tricky to scout till the absolute edge of the map, but finds the extra gold as well. Might control both of them.
Indeed, that's a really good spot actually. He's now running into a castle with Rattan Archers. Again, he does have great pierce armor, obviously. Not the greatest HP on these Rattan Archers, and I think Plumed Archers also get 5 extra HP when they are elite. So the HP difference is going to be the same from Castle
15.
Age.
Isn't it 50 to 65?
Do they get 15 extra HP as elite Plumes? For real?
I thought 65 because
No,
like
they're
they
useless?
aren't dying to Onager shots. Are they?
No,
And an
but
Onager does 50 damage.
I think that's
No?
because they're armor, though.
Okay, well,
I
we'll
could be
see.
wrong. We'll find out.
We know 50.
Educational stream.
Okay, we'll find out.
Elite Plumed Archers is on the way, so I'm super hyped now to see the HP.
Oh, let's do the drum roll.
Is it 65, really? Okay, could be.
Wow.
Good raid there from LaaaAN. He's picking. Oh, he's kind of trapped though. Question, but the thing is, LaaaAN has elite Rattan Archers. He's 8 pierce armor. He's 8. He's doing 1. He's taking 1 damage per shot from the Plumed Archers, and doing a lot of damage in return. So this Rattan Archer composition might actually, yeah, looks like it might be doing a good job. Seems like the Plumes have 65 HP. That's pretty solid, and they're useless.
Okay, Trap now firing away here. Mangled will clear that one up quite easily though. Rattan Archers did indeed win, and yeah, they feel a bit like a Huskar at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And we said, okay, Rattan shouldn't really work because we thought, okay, DauT he can just easily go for Eagles, but is he going for Eagles at the moment?
No. He is not. He's sticking with full Plumes, and he needs to realize that he needs something else. You could justify just adding Rams and having those to tank, but LaaaAN is already adding Bomber Cannon. Oh, he's going in. Go for the king! Yeah, let's get the king.
And DauT is a guy who never puts his king into...
What is going on here?
Oh, that's so bad.
Why is he running in here?
And DauT quick walls behind this. Is he getting it?
Why
yes,
is
the
he
house.
running in there?
Oh, that's 2 towers, 3 towers, the castle. Oh god, that's so much waste. DauT, can he wall behind this? And he is losing that villager, but still, that's like 8 to 10 Rattans, maybe 12 Rattans going down.
Yeah, but even if he goes in there, like, what is it? It's gonna kill maybe 5 to 10 villas, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, this is a waste of units, but I mean, he does have a lot of Rattans at the bottom side as well of the DauT space. Also just running in under archer fire towards DauT woodline on the bottom side. Yeah, but those Rattans, they're getting some kills, but...
Well, if you want to send a unit under castles, it's probably like Haskell or Rattan archers, but still, it felt he was in such a good spot to just control the game, and then going for such a risky move.
Yeah. Oh, DauT just now doing thumb ring, so that's a huge upgrade that's been missing as well.
Oh, well, yeah, it is kind of a costly upgrade though to research in castle age, though.
Indeed.
More something we see on the way to Imperial age, but then you want to go for elite plumed archers, so yeah, something...
Well, LaaaN does have a better economy right now. He has more villagers and he still has fairly good control of the map. DauT did go for extra gold now, and again, if DauT... Considering that DauT is controlling all the golds in the bottom as well, I think it could be easily justified for him to go for Eagles here. Honestly, I'm super confused right now why DauT is sticking with the plumed archers when they're so obviously not doing a great job against Rattan archers.
Maybe it isn't that obvious for him. Now diving in, trying to get the kill against the bombard cannon.
Great snipe there.
Easy snipe.
He should probably have gone for a second one as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he saw the second one.
Yeah, it could be. So DauT's idea now is to go for rams behind this, while LaaaN is adding armor for his cavalry units, so we might have a light cav addition from LaaaN, or maybe elephants?
Huh. That would be something. I think light cav feels way more natural to me though.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, another bombard cannon snipe. DauT goes for another shot, and he sniped 2 bombard cannons without a single plumed archer lost here.
This is the power of the mobility of the plumes. I think DauT is still in a great position here. It's very equal still. LaaaN does have 3 relics. As we can see, they're both fighting on primarily in the middle of the map here now, on the bottom side with the 2 castles. DauT is bringing rams now. LaaaN doesn't have any counter to rams at the very moment. He lost the 2 bomber cannons, which could do damage to them, but now even siege ram on the way for DauT, and that's going to be a huge upgrade. I still would love to see DauT add some Eagle Warriors here, because Eagle Warriors simply would counter everything LaaaN has at the moment.
Oh yeah, and well, now as we see, stables being used.
By LaaaN.
And yeah, he's trying to block this. He's going for the light cav, and well, trap probably still going down.
Indeed. Good snipe again by DauT, just keeping control of the game. LaaaN still has these 20 Rattans in the middle of the map running around, just trying to do damage. They are trading good against the plumes, but then again, like, is this really cost effective for LaaaN in the long run? Don't really think so. But again, I still don't understand the decision by DauT to actually not make Eagles. DauT did add another castle at the top side, so DauT is currently sitting on 5 castles, while LaaaN is sitting on 3. You know what? LaaaN's king is actually quite exposed in the back side of the tower. Like, send 50 plumes in there and he could easily get that king.
But how would you know?
Well, it's our lord. He knows all. He sees and knows everything.
Is that? Okay.
Ooh, this is actually perfect timing.
An all-seeing eye.
DauT's ram push here is perfect timing. LaaaN has just added stables to make light cap transition, and those rams are just going to melt all the stables, and that's suddenly almost 1,000 wood wasted for LaaaN, where LaaaN will also have to reinvest and remake those stables. But DauT ignoring them and just going for the walls.
Well, he's splitting them. One to the wall, some to the stables.
The value here for the light cap coming out is so much more for LaaaN. He really needs to get those stables down ASAP, DauT must.
That's so sweet. Also gives like the full scout off of the tech switch, right? Indeed. And he's now coming over with the plumed archers, going for a nice clear up behind this. All the Rattans are focusing on the rams. DauT is taking a beautiful engagement.
Yeah, this is really good for DauT. I still think this should be also a moment where DauT is like, okay, cavalry on the way, I need something else. So infantry upgrades need to come in. Maybe Eagles, maybe Halps. He needs something else. He cannot just rely on siege ram and plumes forever here.
At the moment he's doing absolutely nothing. He has 1 single plumed archer in the queue and the rest is completely microing. But if we take a look at the minimap, there are a lot of spread around blue dots.
Yeah, DauT does have control of this game right now. He dictates where to fight and when to fight, and he has control of those extra goals. The gold is on the limit though. He only has 13 villages on gold right now. He could have easily 30, 40 villas considering the amount of gold he has access to. So I'm a little surprised that DauT isn't trying to like simply just make the tech switch to Eagles, which would, again, it would counter everything LaaaN has.
So weird. Let me go for something really weird. Do we? No, we know about that gold. Okay, DauT is now finally going for that gold. Okay,
Also,
but it looks like 3 tiles away, right?
Yeah, it's a DauT mine.
That's so weird.
He's also taking the gold now in the middle of the map. Again, LaaaN actually like these moves by LaaaN. He's leaving 7 Rattans in the middle of the map now, cutting off. Normally you would have every castle have the same gathering point, and considering that he has 2-3 castles on the top side, he might accidentally just like have a trail of units running straight down and like getting killed as they reinforce. DauT, however, like with the mobility, DauT and the siege ram, DauT can kind of force 2 fights on 2 fronts, and LaaaN will need all his army to defend just one side, which we are seeing right now.
Yeah, he's trying to focus down that trap, could buy himself enough time and just go back, but the center push is just so good, and maybe he's diving in for the eco kill? Not really. DauT plays it more cautiously than LaaaN.
Indeed. This is where DauT, the Plume Archers are going to trade well. Fighting those light cavalry, they're going to be cost effective. DauT also sees the monastery there, so he knows now where the relics are as well, so that could be a long-term target for him as well.
Yeah, but it's like a long way, right? The castle is around there. Still so many buildings, so you can't really patrol in, and well, now enough army being sent over to clear the swamp. I think DauT needs to retreat out of the base of LaaaN.
I agree, now it's time to pull off. I need to look in the middle again. LaaaN, the Rattans of LaaaN has been so annoying, just killing so many plumes trying to reinforce, and a really clever move. LaaaN holding the score lead as well. He's kind of controlling the bottom side now. Treb and Bomber Cannon is doing a good job there. So
I just took a look at the population.
Yeah, population.
50 pop ahead.
It's like DauT stopped playing, but DauT is now doing infantry upgrades, so it kind of explains why the numbers are sinking. He wants to make that full switch. I'm not sure if it's Eagles yet or helps. It should be Eagles. Because he's now moving a lot of villages to gold. He's now up to 34 gold miners, and he's doing upgrades for, like we said, infantry. So I want to see El Dorado come in. And there's the Eagle upgrade as well.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense for everyone that tuned in later. It's 3 relics for Mr. LaaaN. DauT has 2, and what's
really nice raid from LaaaN on top side there. That's actually still 1,000 gold that DauT really could use for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's even more for him, being Marion, so 1,000 that LaaaN will easily snag. Some villagers going down there. DauT not struggling too much when it comes to villagers. Oh, that castle could have died if he did something a bit more tricky, and well, that's a castle that I don't like too much at the top, but you're looking at the raids at the right-hand side.
Yes, LaaaN is also raiding the gold from DauT on the bottom side, and that's also a lot of damage. DauT gold isn't a lot. Also, I think that was just Eagle Warrior, so he doesn't have Elite Eagles yet. So DauT is looking actually in real big problems right now. Maybe this Vietnamese pick was really well thought out by LaaaN.
Maybe, and he's a guy who thinks out of the box and gets some creative strategies there, has different approaches. I would say he's in some form similar to Winchester and that kind.
I would agree with that.
You don't need to pat me.
Okay,
I did it on my own.
So DauT is still trying to save his castle on the bottom side. He's repairing it with 2 villagers. He still has 3 drums there and plumes. DauT took back the top score. I guess it's because he's just killing more military. Oh, look at the right side now. DauT has not noticed, but the Rattans, okay, he noticed just in time. But he still lost a lot of villagers there. Honestly, I don't understand why DauT hasn't just stonewalled the right side. There's so much wood and so much gold there for him to keep safe, and just like Mayan's walls are so cheap as well. Just some stone walls would secure that whole area. As we see DauT finally losing the castle on the bottom side.
Oh man, I have no idea how much stone went in there. It's probably like 1k stone repaired in that one. Is now going down, and well, DauT has enough stone to build another castle, but I don't really find a good spot.
DauT did have Elite Eagle Warrior after all. I was mistaken in my thoughts.
We are where? Oh, at the bottom here.
Honestly, DauT, I think I would even consider selling my stone at this point to get gold for Eagles.
I absolutely agree. It's like more plumed archers, as we have seen in the last 25 minutes, won't cut the chase really for you. And Eagles, that is the tech switch. And I also think like El Dorado, it's just ridiculous, right? How an upgrade makes the unit 66% stronger.
It's insane. The El Dorado here, sell the gold, get El Dorado, and then prepare 10 siege rams. 50 Eagles, 10 siege rams, steamroll everything. But it would be such a snowball.
Also get guilds, you have a good wood and food eco behind us, sell everything, but at the moment he's losing this castle as well, and then he's really running out of wood, out of map control.
Okay. DauT is cleaning up the right side first with a couple of Eagles he has. Yeah, this, like the transition from DauT, for us watching, obviously it's easy to say, but I think the Eagle transition was an obvious transition from
The
quite
get-go.
early, from the get-go, quite early in Imperial Age. So again, it's super confusing to me that DauT took this long to actually do this upgrade. And again, now he can't afford El Dorado because he has to invest everything into actually building Eagles now. And actually, the Rattan Archers with 11 damage, they still pack quite a punch against Eagles.
And we have 22 Eagles now on the field. A lot of them already losing quite some HP. And, well, Lightcap traded off against those. Isn't the worst thing for LaaaaaN at the moment.
Yeah.
30 Eagles. Okay, DauT really produces. Look at that. Hallelujah.
Yeah, but he needs to. He's now is fighting with 5 Eagles and 25 Plumes. He needs to get those 30 Eagles together and then jump on the Rattan Archers. Castle did go down, and I mean, Sijan's coming up from the bottom from DauT. Again, Eagle production non-stop now, but again, he needs to group them up. He cannot fight with 10 at a time. He needs to have 30, 40 of them, and then he can properly engage.
And the thing is, DauT, that's kind of his last resort, right?
Yes.
It was the one chance. Okay, now let's go for the switch. Let's go for the snowball. But, well, LaaaaaN sees it, and he's just trading off his Lightcap against Eagles and has to be super happy with that.
I don't understand what DauT is doing now. He's bringing the Plumes to the side. He's putting Eagles to the left side. I guess he wants to save the castle on the top. That makes sense. Yeah, DauT's... Honestly,
T90 just arrived.
Ooh, El Dorado is on the way.
Oh, okay.
That's a really, really important upgrade. Like I would say, DauT now, like, make 30, 40 Plumes, keep them in the back, never lose them, and just constantly reinforce with Eagles as long as you can, and then you can slowly take the game back. But he needs to get more siege gems as well. It's a big fight in the middle now, potentially. LaaaaaN is moving forward to the hill with Treb's Lightcap and Rattan Archers.
Traps exposed, but even numbers are down.
Yeah, this is a great fight for LaaaaaN still.
Oh, had the hill advantage in the back, doing so much damage against the Eagles. Wasn't that just shortly before El Dorado finished as well? I think it did finish in the fight, and, well, he really should have waited 30 more seconds there.
DauT has to be so happy that he didn't burn his gold resources on the bottom yet, because he needs those Eagle numbers. Actually, Eagle numbers of DauT are getting scarily high. He has Eagles on the left side still, and he has about 30 Eagles now on the bottom. He just needs to buy, like, don't fight, just let your population raise, get up to 200 population with Eagles and Plumes, then you fight. He's been fighting outnumbered all the time, taking poor trades. He just never ever had the numbers to take a really cost-effective trade.
Breaking 50 Eagles now, so numbers are getting into the counts that we want to see, but he's eating so many raids now, dropping below 90 villagers. He's grouping up. I think LaaaaaN could be getting cleared up here quite heavily. Not a lot of Lightcap to protect this army in the center, and everything is coming over now.
Yeah, but I don't know where those 10 are going. Okay, he wants to protect his eco. Yeah, he needs to take a fight here and just jump on those. This is the army DauT has to clean. If we look at LaaaAN's resources, he's down to 60, 20 gold as well. So LaaaAN is burning a lot of resources too. And like if LaaaAN lost these 40 Rattan Archers, then those would be really hard to reproduce.
And that's really the difference. They're a tiny bit faster than Arbalest, and that really helped you in the retreat there. But Eagles are now trying to jump on there. Can we maybe see some walls? No, he's just going back.
Yeah, it was a big misplay with DauT. We should have really been able to catch those, because Eagles, he could have just zoned around from the left side. Eagles are still faster, and then he would have been able to take a good fight. All DauT needs now is rams, and he needs to continuously remake villagers, because his economy is in complete shambles.
Oh yeah, that's so ugly. Look at that, more villagers going down. He will easily drop under 70. Raids everywhere, cannot really take any wood. Massive amount of idle villagers behind this as well, but he's diving in with the Eagles. Oh, but so much Lightcap.
Indeed. Luckily for DauT, the Eagle, which is his main army now, is not a very expensive unit. He just needs gold miners and he needs a couple of farmers, and he can keep that production going. But of course, you never want to be down to 70 villagers in a situation like this.
Oh, and look at that LaaaaaN. He is just so fine. Let's trade off my Lightcap against your Eagles. I think DauT is winning this fight. Rams are coming behind this. I think DauT is doing everything right. But simply the production of LaaaaaN, look at how many Lightcap, how many stables are running behind this. That's ridiculous.
Indeed, there's a lot of units coming. DauT also producing Eagles non-stop. This is the thing though, if DauT can get a jump now on the production of LaaaaaN, oh, DauT is getting a little bit of a surround. He needs to bring the rest of the Eagles to the left side. He might be able to clean up these Rattan Archers. And again, once those siege gems come into effect and they start melting the buildings, this is what DauT needs. DauT is taking the top score now again. If you look at the numbers, it might not look like he's in that such a good position, but actually now, first properly good fight for DauT.
And we are marking the 56-minute mark here. Lightcap numbers are increasing now as well. 112 villagers. And, well, DauT with a score lead indeed. Something we haven't seen in quite some time. Raids are coming over at the right-hand side. DauT, he is still pretty exposed. Rattan archers really dwindled down.
Honestly, again, I just want to point out again, if DauT just walled off the right side, he would have been, this game would have been so much easier for him. Good reaction now, though. He's sending 9 Eagles to deal with the light cav on the right side, so he should be fine there. But this is the thing, LaaaN can make light cav non-stop. He has 84 farmers, so the light cav will be non-stop, and he just needs to trade them against Eagles, trade them against the Rams, while keeping a the healthy Rattan archer number behind. And yeah, it just seems like DauT really can't find the right composition to deal with LaaaN right now.
What do you think about that? All the light cav now focusing on the Rams.
It's actually turning out to be quite a decent fight for DauT, but again, for LaaaN, it's all about burning that gold of DauT, and that's what he's doing a good job of, slow and steady.
Oh, I think LaaaN should have focused more on the Eagles here. All the light cav going down. Now he's still trying to micro, but still LaaaN with an over 50 population lead. Light cav numbers are getting nicer, and I love how he's controlling his Rattan archers. Yeah, he's losing some, but never more than necessary. Exactly,
and for every Rattan archer he loses, DauT loses 5 Eagles, so it's always a good trade. LaaaN actually won the raid on the right side as well. He won that fight with the light cavs, and more light cav coming in, so on top of all these fights, DauT is very tunnel vision right now. He wants to finish, like, this is his push. If he doesn't succeed here, he's dead. And LaaaN is successfully raiding while fighting in the middle as well, so it's looking great for LaaaN, who is currently maxed out while we see DauT struggling on 120 population.
Yeah, and look at how LaaaN is just flying in there. Pretty solid population by him and pretty solid APM. Love that, and he has to be happy. He splits his light cav there, summon deeper, and he knows, like, where are you? Like, he's asking himself, where are your woodcutters?
Yeah. Yeah, I just think again about the civilization pick here with Vietnamese. Very unexpected, very surprising, but turning out to work out pretty nicely. And this adds another civilization to the list that mines might be struggling against on Riverside Fortress.
Apparently, yeah. And, well, now Pikeman defense here trying to make something happen. Oh, DauT, he might go for the attack. He might go for the Eagles. Ooh. That is the kill for the king. Oh god, that could be...
DauT... Oh, this can be actually super sick if LaaaN doesn't work. Don't hold me.
Okay, I hold myself.
If DauT... Oh, he stops there. Oh...
This
is such a huge moment in this game right now. And the king is in the tower. It's confirmed. It's the king. DauT is on the... Does DauT have arson? Does DauT have arson?
Oh no, he's going
he realizes.
He's going for the raid. Light cav is coming over. No, he's going for the raid. He's so close to the king. He's not going for it.
The king is out. The king is out.
The king is running away. And DauT doesn't see it. Oh god, he's running over. Villagers actually blocking here, but the king gets out.
I think he should be fine.
He's just too fast. DauT did try to make something happen. Pop 190 against Pop 115. So many light cav are coming over. He's jumping, not even to the TC. What's going on?
If DauT had 10 plumes with this army, DauT wins this game.
Just 3 plumes.
Yeah.
That would get the kills. Oh, 4 plumes.
2.
Oh, and yeah, this way DauT sadly goes down to Pop 108 and is getting cleared up in the end. Well, actually,
I don't understand why did DauT not mix in plumes. He knew what he was going for, and he knew that there's a big chance the king can escape like that.
Yeah.
Adding 5 plumes to that would have won in the game. It's so sick to think about.
Yeah, and it doesn't make the group slower as well.
Exactly. It would have made so much sense.
Oh, Gotti. Maybe I didn't have those. Now he's even upgrading guard tower.
Yeah.
Sends 2 villagers in there. And yeah, but DauT should know that is good.
Funnily enough, DauT's score lead has increased over the last 2-3 minutes.
What?
So
style point lead, yeah.
He's actually adding a halberdier now. DauT is definitely not putting it, stopping it. Oh, look, he's putting pikemen into the Rams. Looks like he wants to go for a push of some sort. And you know what? The king of LaaaN is now in this castle.
Are you kidding me?
And if there are plume archers with this, which there are not, unfortunately, this could actually be a sick move. Imagine now, there's not enough units from LaaaN here yet to stop the Rams. If there were 10 plumes with this push coming here, that could also have been super dangerous for Mr.
LaaaN should see it. Look at that, sending light cav over. Remember, ZD DauT Cup. I think it was quarterfinals. DauT against Riot. And, well, Riot was ahead. 200 pop against 80 pop of DauT. And he did the ram go with some plume darters. Did snipe the king. Riot was so tilted.
Yeah.
And out of the tournament.
Indeed. I mean, DauT was so tilted.
But no. DauT did it against Riot.
But I played Riot in the final of that tournament.
Yeah, I think it was only 1 game.
So, okay. what I want to see now is, okay, he's sending the king out again. He escaped with the king. So LaaaN on top of things now. He knows that he doesn't want to lose his king. Obviously.
Makes sense, right?
I don't know where the king is though anymore. I don't see him.
Uh-oh.
Where's the king? Did he maybe accidentally release him?
Let's see.
This game is now about finding the king.
Uh-oh. I have no idea.
I don't see it garrisoned anywhere.
Relic, here. Just
in the top castle?
Yeah. So we're all fine.
Great move.
Yeah, that's super far away. DauT did actually catch up in population. He was 90 behind. Now he is only 60 behind.
He is holding on nicely. Those pikemen mixing in his economy is certainly helping out, but still he's being raided on the right side, raided on the top side, so still this is a very uphill battle. He has a lot of villagers queued up though, so if he can just stabilize, then there is of course a chance, but the biggest issue for him no matter what is that LaaaN still has 40 Rattan archers alive, and they are packing the punch.
Yeah, you can't kill that army anymore. Light cav raids are coming over and over again. KD is surprisingly super even, but yeah, well, DauT did clear up all the raids in the back there as well, and well, he only needs one more kill if it's the right unit.
Are just chilling while he's being raided. It's very interesting. Guys, get to work.
It's a bit like the first day of NAC.
This looks like me being paid as a caster.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Guys, we have something to do. Could someone do something here? We didn't hear you.
Yeah. Oh, look at that LaaaN lumber camp on the top side. So this game feels over, so it's becoming a little bit more memey in terms of casting. So we make more fun of these things. But yeah, I don't know what DauT is really looking for. He's still struggling on a 120 population, and
oh, he doesn't want to lose his home map, right?
Of course. This is a big
number 8
with Vietnamese.
Yeah, honestly,
a lot of people think Vietnamese is the worst civ in the game.
Yeah. And
I don't agree with that, but a lot of people think so.
What do you think is the worst civ in the game?
I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, raid again on top side. LaaaN is taking full control. The thing is, LaaaN is now on top of DauT's production buildings as well. And funnily enough, for DauT, losing a single barracks is expensive. Every single production building lost is actually so much damage to DauT now as well.
God, and this raid again. This is just so brutal. I think this is the spot where maybe sending 20 plumed archers here at the right hand side could really do something as well. At the moment, DauT only pikemen, not even halberdiers, not mixing any skirmishes. It's like he has no winning condition at the moment.
Yeah, right now he's merely holding on. He does. Yeah, he's like, again, he has no units that can actually kill the Rattan archer. And that's the biggest issue. He's being raided again on the right side, constantly raised. LaaaN has done a really good job being active, raiding all the time.
What is DauT's plan? I'm really confused here. Why is he still staying in this one? Yeah, obviously there's so much on the line. As we said earlier, if you lose the series, you're
pretty much out of the tournament.
Pretty much, yeah. And, well, going down to 0 isn't the best step to winning a series.
He's now adding archery ranges, so he is making a skirmisher transition. He still has enough villagers to actually make trash units, but the thing is that economy is so idle all the time. There's light cavalry coming in constantly, every single minute there's new light cavalry coming into this economy, and not a cast going down, which was another thing that would just slow down LaaaN's push. Funnily enough, DauT still has score lead. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
But it's because LaaaN is losing a lot of units trying to raid DauT and giving DauT
oh god, those pikemen, they will just melt against all those Rattans here. Need to go back. That's never going to be a great fight. And DauT, he didn't even send them back so far. And yeah, thanks to stuttering away there, light cav are moving back, and well, they can't take any engagements here.
Indeed. DauT actually is better population now than 5 minutes ago, so come back.
Yeah, not really.
But the position in the game is looking way worse. The Rattan archer is now on the hill in front of his base. He has lost his production buildings, and like even skirms, Rattan archers do well against skirms as well.
And you still play against the guy who can go for Imperial skirmishes after this.
Indeed. And he also has more relics than you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, DauT is taking out the 500 gold he has left in front of his base. That's gonna be 10 Eagle Warriors.
Hype. Okay, now the castle at the front is going down. Where's the waypoint? King could actually run over there if he isn't taking care of that. And, well, LaaaaaN is just holding the hill down. DauT is down to pop 110. Big raid at the right-hand side again, and DauT, I'm really surprised there how much fighting spirit he has in himself.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well. He knows that the last 2 days hasn't been great for him. He's been feeling sick, and I'm sure he came here today feeling good and was ready to go. And then he's like suddenly losing his home map, Red Side Fortress, his bread and butter.
Wow.
Game is over, GG, 2-0 for LaaaaaN.
Losing against Burmese, a civ that we haven't seen. Losing against Vietnamese, a civ that we haven't seen. And look at LaaaAN's smile. He is happy after that W.
Indeed. Very surprising civilization pick first and foremost. Worked out, but DauT made strange decisions yet again.
Yeah, we were discussing army compositions to complement the Rattans just because we were so sure we would see mass Eagles from DauT,
yes.
but they were so late.
Yeah. I think DauT honestly was surprised how well Rattan Archers did against Plumes. I think this is not something he has played with a lot, and I think honestly this caught him a little bit off guard. But then again, he was playing the game. He could see in the game how good they did. So the Eagle switch would have been so natural and made so much sense.
He had 5k more gold even, so he really used the market. Although his ego was so much behind, and well, he lost a lot of villagers. Timings were obviously pretty similar. Pretty solid opening from LaaaAN there, getting 953 as a castle age timing. Got 3 relics, which was pretty huge in the Vietnamese against Mayans opening as well.
That relic snag in the middle of the map, which when DauT had full map control, was clutch. Should never have happened, but LaaaAN was able to pull it off, so good jump to him. The big problem now for DauT is that LaaaAN also has 2 whole map